Welcome back, guys. Patrick here, and in this question what we got to do is solve this inequality here. So notice we have the absolute value of x minus 5. We got to figure out when is it going to be less than or equal to positive 12. Now with absolute value inequalities, what you want to do, split it up into two cases. So we can have x minus 5, find when that is less than or equal to 12. But if this becomes a negative value, then we multiply it by a negative 1, so that's another case here. All right, I went over this in grade 12 advanced functions, the different cases that can come up with an absolute value inequality. If you want to go over those videos, you can contact me and I can show you where they are in the advanced functions course, but this is basically what you do. You split it up into two cases, and then you just solve these two. So notice here, if we isolate for the x has to be less than or equal to 17. Then over here, we'd have negative x plus 5. I'm going to bring this over. 5 minus 12 is negative 7. Right, so x has to be greater than or equal to negative 7, but less than or equal to 17. So the final answer is x is an element from negative 7 to 17 with square brackets, or we could say x is between negative 7 and 17. Right, so any x value that's between those values, when you plug it in here, it's always going to be less than or equal to 12. So you could try it out. So let's say we plug in 0, which is in this interval. Notice 0 minus 5 is negative 5, but the absolute value of it, that would be this case, of a negative 5 would be positive 5. Notice 5 is less than or equal to 12. Or if we plugged in 10, which is in this interval, 10 minus 5, positive 5, and then 5, absolute value of 5 is less than or equal to 12. Or if we plugged in, let's say something close to the ends, like 16. 16 minus 5, 11. Square root of 11, or absolute value of 11 is positive 11, which is less than or equal to 12. Or if we plug in negative 6 minus 5 is negative 11. Absolute value of negative 11 is positive 11. Notice that 11 is indeed less than or equal to 12. So you could test out some values whenever you get your answer, but that is the correct one for this question.